Hey everyone, it's Nezzle. Welcome back to my channel Nezzle and to another Nezzle Talks Tuesday video. In today's video, I am going to be talking to you about how to better cope after losing your job or after having your income reduced significantly. I know that many persons are dealing with loss of income or loss of their job during this period of time, but the information in here can apply to anyone who has lost their job or has experienced a pay cut at any point in time. So I do hope that you find the information helpful and useful, and if you do, please thumbs it up so that I will know. Leave a comment letting me know your thoughts on it. If there's anything that I did not include that should have been included, if you had an experience that you feel comfortable sharing, then please leave it in the comment section below so that other persons can benefit. And if you are new to the channel, then please subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you're notified every time I post. I post new videos twice weekly, every Tuesday and Friday at 2 p.m. So on Tuesdays, we have the Nezzle Talk Tuesdays videos, which are these, and on Fridays, we have vlogs. So once you subscribe and hit the notification bell, you'll be notified every time I post. So for today's video, we are talking about unemployment and pay cuts. And we know that millions of people throughout the world have lost their jobs within the last few months. It is very sad, it is very disheartening, it is a challenge that our world is facing, and it leaves persons feeling very dejected and afraid of what the future holds. However, I do hope that the points in this video will help you to better cope with your situation if you are currently dealing with it. And if you are not, continue to give thanks for the position that you are in. I give thanks daily that I still have my job, but I have been unemployed before, so I know how it affects you mentally, emotionally, socially, and I don't wish it upon anyone. But I know that many people throughout the world are in that position right now, so I am hoping that this video will help you. It can be very easy to tie your identity and your purpose to your job or your career, to believe that you are what you do. But I assure you, you are way more than your job description or your job title. So even if you have suddenly found yourself no longer in the position that you were in, no longer able to fulfill the duties and responsibilities that you were able to before, no longer able to afford the luxuries that you once enjoyed, I assure you that your identity has not changed. And while it is easy to believe that you are less than you were before or that your value has changed, please hear me when I say it has not. I encourage you to take time to really process what has happened. Don't feel like you need to rush the process. In the same way that you would give yourself time to mourn the loss of a loved one, think of your job in a similar way. It takes time. So feel what you are feeling. Be angry if you are angry, sad if you are sad, frustrated if you are frustrated. Give yourself some time to feel that way and really allow yourself to release the emotions that you are feeling. It is only after you do so that you can move forward. If you bottle up your emotions, it can only have negative effects in the future. I also want to encourage you to accept your present reality. Accept that the world is the way it is right now and that there's nothing that you can do to change it. You can do things to improve your situation, yes, but you cannot change the overall global environment. So accept that and don't allow yourself to become too demotivated because of it. We do not know for how long our world will be in its current state. So all we can do is do our best to make the most of our present situation. So apply for new jobs and work on improving your skills while you are at home. Work on building your resume. It never hurts to improve your resume so that when you go out there, you're offering your very best. And while you're looking for employment, apply for unemployment benefits. I know that some persons may not want to go that route, and I also know that you do not get much money by going that route. But any amount of money is better than no money, and it will help you with meeting your daily, weekly, and monthly needs. My next tip is to focus on what you can control. There are so many things in this world that we cannot control, but there are things that we can. And these things include, but are of course not limited to, things like getting regular exercise, so ensuring that we move our bodies so that we are in the best shape physically and so that we also improve our mental health. Additionally, you can monitor and manage your spending. Look at what you spend your money on and decide whether it is worth it. Is it a need or a want? Is it something you can do without for a while? If your salary has been cut, if your job has been terminated, this is a time to look at what you have been spending your money on and make some changes. So if you have been buying all of your meals out at restaurants, this may be a time to start buying your groceries and cooking meals. Or if you have been paying for tons of subscriptions that you do not even use, this may be a time to cut back on those subscription services and only pay for the ones that you truly get value from. And this is an area that I can go way more in depth on in terms of managing your finances generally and during this period of time. So if you want me to speak more on the subject, then comment below and I will definitely do that for you guys. I love discussing finances. I love managing finances, and even though I do not actually work in the field, it does give me joy to see when my finances are in order and when I am making wise financial decisions. I also encourage you to create a budget that you can use as a guide so that as you go through each day, week, month, etc., you will have something to work with so that you don't overspend, and also so that you do not underspend, because sometimes we can make ourselves think that we are worse off than we are, and we have to understand that while we want to make wise financial decisions, that life is also to be enjoyed and we do not know what the future holds. So you don't want to overly limit your spending, but you do not want to be frivolous in your spending either. I also want to encourage you to practice self-control and to avoid engaging in negative behaviors such as alcohol abuse and drug use. All of these things may seem appealing, especially when life has you down and everything seems to be going wrong and you just can't see a way out, and you feel like you've been unemployed for so long and you don't think you're ever going to get another job, or it's like it's taking too long and you cannot meet your financial needs, your partner is disappointed in you, your children have nothing to eat. It can be very frustrating. It can be easy to feel like this is too hard, I can't do this. And some persons can go down some very dark paths. These include, but again, are not limited to, using and abusing drugs. And I want to encourage you right now to stay as far away from these negative coping mechanisms as possible. They do not have any long-term rewards. They help in the moment. They numb the pain in the moment. But then your problems don't go away. They remain, and sometimes they get worse because you're taking money you don't have to buy drugs and alcohol you don't need, and you're making your life worse. So if you have been contemplating this route, or if you have already started down that route, I encourage you to stop and turn around. It is not worth it. Instead, find fun things to do with your time. Pick up a hobby, something you've always wanted to do. If you are not working currently, as much as you may not feel like doing it, this is the best time to work on that hobby. Or better yet, work on developing a skill. No one can take your skills away from you. You can become self-employed. You can create your own business. So see what it is that you are good at and work on making yourself the best that you can be. So look at positive ways that you can invest your time, and if you have the money, that you can invest your money in towards building a future for you and your family, or you and the persons who you hold dear. And take it one step at a time. It's not a rush. You don't have to get to the finish line tomorrow or next week. Even if persons may be putting pressure on you, give yourself grace. Take the time you need to get to where you need to get to. But invest in yourself, whether it be invest in just time, but invest in yourself. And try to have a routine. Don't get stuck into a pattern of sleeping in all day or watching Netflix all day or just being lackluster and not having any motivation to do anything. The same way you would get up to go to work, get up every day. Take a shower, wash your face, brush your teeth, eat healthy meals, exercise, put on clean clothes, make yourself feel good, be productive. I actually have a video where I share things that I do in order to improve my mood, and I'll link it in the card so you can check it out. But just whatever it is that improves your mood, include it in your daily routine and try to stick to that routine so you don't get stuck in a pattern of just lying in bed and feeling sorry for yourself. Because the only thing feeling sorry for yourself constantly does is make you continue to feel sorry for yourself. And I'm putting it as bluntly as possible. But you're not going to cheer yourself up by reminding yourself of how much you have failed. But you will motivate yourself by telling yourself to get out of bed and work on that skill. Work on improving yourself. Work on having a positive attitude. You never know how having a positive attitude can benefit you. Imagine going to the supermarket and having a positive attitude and interacting with someone who later calls you for an interview. If you had a negative attitude, then even if they called you, when they meet with you, they'll be like, no, we're not going to choose this person. This person has a negative attitude. But if during your low times you still demonstrate a positive attitude that people want to be around, people will quickly be pulling you to come work for them. Or better yet, you will be creating your own business that other persons will want to be associated with. So be positive, have a routine, do your best to make a better life for yourself, however best you can. And yes, I know that everyone's circumstances are not going to be the same, and you may be limited in what you can and cannot do, but do the best that you can do based on your situation. And if you really feel down and you really just cannot get yourself to get to that place of positivity that I just spoke of, and to you it felt like I was just speaking gibberish and it's impossible, then seek professional help. There is nothing wrong with asking for help. I live on an island where people tend to shy away from going to psychologists and counselors. But I am telling you that it helps. It helps to be able to speak to someone in a safe environment where you can trust that what you say is confidential and that you have a safe space to flesh out how you are feeling, why you are feeling that way, and figure out your way forward. So if you feel down, if you feel lost, if you feel like there is no way out and you're just depressed and you don't know what you can do to make tomorrow better, then ask for help. Reach out to someone, a licensed professional in your area. Speak to them and work on improving your situation. I know it is not easy to be unemployed. I know it is not easy to have your salary cut, yet your responsibilities remain the same. I know that your family members can be unreasonable, and sometimes they may want you to pull a fish out of a hat and to make things happen for them. But do not put too much pressure on yourself. Do what you can. Trust in the Lord. If you are a believer, if you are not a believer, then trust in whatever it is that gets you going. For me, it is the Lord. But don't remain in that state that you are in, and don't let anyone else keep you in that state either. There is hope. We are living in some very different times currently, and so many things are happening in our world today. But there is hope. Do not lose hope. Without hope, we go nowhere. But with hope, we continue carrying on. We get up each morning, we get out of bed, we make that next step, and the step after that, and the step after that. So it's not too late to make a change for your life and for the life of your family. I really hope that these tips were helpful to you and that you'll be able to put at least some of them into practice. There's so much I wanted to say on this, and I really don't know if I said it all, but comment down below and let me know if I missed anything, or if you feel comfortable sharing your experience or sharing some way that trying one of these tips has helped you, then please do so that other persons can benefit. Like this video if you enjoy it, and subscribe if you're new, or if you haven't yet subscribed, then subscribe and join the Nezzle fam. I'll be more than happy to have you. I love making these videos, and I'm now posting twice weekly as I've been telling you guys. So once you subscribe, you'll be notified on Tuesdays and Fridays when the videos go live. If there's something you would like me to talk about on this channel, then send an email to nezzletalks@gmail.com and I will feature it in an upcoming video. Also, if you want me to do that video on managing your finances, then comment that below as well and I will work on that for you. So thank you so much for watching and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.